let's talk about why we didn't tell people we were dating. We see it all the time on our timeline.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl, I met this dude.
Right.
I think I found the one.
Right.
And
Bae.
all she said was hi.
Hashtag me and Bae.
All he said was hi.
Bae and I going to the movies. Hashtag Bae and I at the game. Hashtag me and Bae.
There's nothing worse than you breaking up 6 or 7 times on social media in a year. Or what's even worse, a church breakup. Ooh. When you listen, as a pastor, I have literally seen people leave our church because of a breakup.
Right.
Will message us and say things like, "We love the church, we love the worship, but I just can't stay there anymore."
Yeah.
And they were with the counterfeit. And I really honestly think that this is possibly one of the areas that the enemy could use to get you out of a house that is feeding you spiritually.
Right.
To use somebody to embarrass you because you didn't wait to see if God formed this before you let feelings form.
Right.
Or you blew a bullhorn, used the PA system of social media, letting everybody know about this relational context that y'all are dating, but you haven't got heaven's endorsement yet.
Right. Me personally, I had previous relationships and they were public. Like I was never like a social media public person, like posting pictures of me and my, relationships. I never did that, but I did have a church relationship and people knew. It was very open. Everybody knew that we were dating. And then when we broke up, it was also very public. And then when that person got with another person in the church, it also got very public. And needless to say, it was very hurtful and very embarrassing for me because there was a whole lot of kind of drama in the midst of it. And I think when you are wise and you don't allow a whole lot of people in your business, not that you should do things in secret, because you should definitely have accountability. Like the people that are closest to you, that love you the most, your pastor.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. Don't share that yet.
Oh.
Keep going. About the breakup and how it broke your heart because he wasn't me. Keep going. Keep going.
When they got with that person and then married that person, it was very public, and it was,
So hold on, time out. He broke up with you, hooked up with somebody in the same church? In the same church,
not just in the same church, but we were in the same circle of friends. But they got married, and that it is what it is. Yeah, and so it was very tough. So even though that's what they did, that was what they wanted to do, and it wasn't what God had for me as far as that relationship. And I would not have met my husband if I would have stayed in that relationship anyway.
Time out. Did you catch that breakup was God because it wasn't what, please listen, that breakup was God because that's not what he wanted for her. Isn't it funny that God will allow your heart to be temporarily broken so that he could introduce you to a permanent union? There was, look, like she had no idea at that breakup.
No, I didn't.
That it really was a setup for a hookup. Ooh, come on. I know I sound churchy, but that's just what I do. She had no idea. And really, truth be told, I saw her a year before at a funeral. Somebody in my family.
And I was with that person. I was in a relationship with that person.
And I was too. And I was too. And I saw her. I don't think she saw me. She was with the other person. But God sometimes will show you what's yours before it's yours. Come on, somebody. He showed us what was ours before it truly was ours. And so when I saw her again, I remember, man, I saw you before. I think that was one of my first words. I remember you.
I was like, it's kind of creepy, dude, because I've never seen you before. It was like, how did you see me? Because I don't know you. But as far as the church relationships, you have to be wise in when you are in a relationship that's public. You don't have to let everybody in your business. You let the people that are closest to you, your close friends, accountability people, mentors, pastors, especially if you're trying to do it the right way, which everybody should be trying to do it the right way. You should be asking God to lead you in this relationship. And like my husband said, make sure God formed this before you allow the feelings to form. And so when you do that, you could save yourself a lot of embarrassment and save yourself a lot of, drama. Because, truth be told, I didn't ask God. I thought I prayed, but I really didn't get, a goal like, hey, this was the relationship that you were supposed to be in. When I got in that relationship at church, it was somebody that I thought that I wanted to be with. It kind of fit the mold.
It was not me. Clearly. It was not me. When I first met her, And she first met me, I did research. I asked all about her, but around her. I asked her pastor. I asked people that she was on a praise team with. I was seeking information about her before ever approaching her. You know, they were saying things like, yes, she worships. Yes, she does this. She serves, speaking to young ladies in the juvenile detention center, and she's on the praise team. And yes, she went on a mission trip to Africa. Because when it's kingdom, you're looking for fruit. And so once I did my research, then I approached, then I pursued, and then we both kept it on the hush. We kept it on the down low. We kept it on the DL. The only people that knew was our pastors, our leaders,
our
parents, marriage counselors, and our super duper our close friends. And
very closest friends.
But I didn't. It was. I promise you. I'm a pastor's son. I'm a pastor. It was just like one day, Sunday morning, our pastor's like, well, Jared's getting married. People like, what? Who? Where? Since when? Who he been dating? We kept it on the DL because the analogy I like to use is we were laying concrete. And we don't need everybody's footprint stepping over the concrete of what we're trying to form. And when it dries, we have your impression. We're like, hold on, if this is God, let's let him lay the foundation right now. Let's get counsel. Let's get held accountable. Let's get, leadership's advice. So that when we present it to the world, it's dry.
And if
so
it's
then
not
people
God,
can walk on it.
I'm sorry. And if it's not God, then it's not public, and not, everybody doesn't know your business, and everybody's not like, what happened? Like, I thought you were gonna get married. Because I do remember, telling everybody at one point, oh, I'm getting engaged. And a former relationship, I thought I was getting married. I told all these people, I let all these people know, and then he, disappeared, and then I felt stupid and embarrassed, like we were saying before, because I really thought that was what I was supposed to be doing. It's who I thought I should have been with, and that's the problem.
Wasn't me.
That's the problem. I think we don't really seek God.
He was not me.
Clearly, it wasn't you. We don't allow God to really give us the guidance and give us really the peace of God in our spirit before we allow these feelings to form. And we get into relationships based on what we think we should be in, what it is that what we want, instead of really what God has for our lives. And we will end up being heartbroken. We will end up being embarrassed. We will end up in those situations because we allow our flesh, our feelings, our emotions to form those feelings instead of allowing God to form that union. And get wise counsel, and use discernment and have a prayer life so God can really truly show you, this relationship is for you. No, this relationship is not for you, because God will give you the answer before you get all into it and let everybody know your business. And then guess what? It's not what God had for you. I know with me, in our relationship, same thing. I showed up at my church with an engagement ring, and people were like, I didn't even know you were dating anybody. And that's because I was like, I am not about to repeat what I went through before. I wised up at that point in my life, and I'm like, if this isn't what God has, then you know what? Nobody's gonna know about it either way, except for the people that are closest to me. And that's the wise thing to do. And you want God to be completely involved in that union, but you don't have to have people completely involved in your union.
If you have to hide it, God most likely didn't send it. And when I mean hide it, I'm referring to hide it from your mentors, your pastors, your leaders. I'm not talking about hide it from keep a hush to make sure that you guys are seeking God's face and you want this to be protected. But when you have to hide it from your leaders, that's not what we're talking about. This website has nothing to do with that. It's all about how we went to our leaders. Hey, this is her. Hey, this is him. This is what we're thinking. What y'all think? Somebody may comment like, oh, that's too much, and you should know God for yourself, and God, God talks to you. Well, I'm sorry, I'm just a believer, and Hebrews lets me know that God gives us watchmen of our souls. And there's safety amongst counsel. And if you go to a church, or you go to a house, or you have mentors that you do not feel that you could trust their leadership, you need to leave that church. You should be able to attend a house where you believe that the person that you're sitting under cares about your soul, and they hear the soundtrack of heaven, so that they can endorse. And every word is not going to be different. All of our leaders, yes. But when it's God, it's a consistent confirmation. If we would have got no, yes, well, I don't know yet, then I would have been confused. You need confirmation. And that's why we did not tell, because we wanted God's endorsement, and heaven's confirmation before we got your like.
Yep.
It's Redefined TV.
Where we're redefining relationships
righteously.